Hey guys, so I'm priming my skin today with this Nivea post-shave balm for men. This has been talked about on YouTube for a while now, all thanks to Nikki Tutorials. I'm not really sure how I feel about it yet, but oh my god, it smells like a yummy, clean man. Then applying this Born This Way foundation from Too Faced all over my face, then blending it out with a damp beauty blender. This by far is my favorite way to blend out my foundation. I usually squeeze it under the water about 3 times and then pat it off on a clean towel before I use it. Then, with the Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay, I usually apply this in 5 or 6 lines in a triangle shape under my eyes, and then add some on my forehead, a little bit down my nose, on my chin, and above my lip, just to even out the highlight so all of the concealer isn't concentrated under my eyes. I always make sure to really blend the concealer up on the side of my nose, just so it doesn't just abruptly stop. Setting all that concealer with this NYX HD powder just so everything stays put and stays really matte. Now for brows, I'm using my usual NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the color Taupe, and I'm going to start fixing my brow shape and filling them in. Depending on the eye look I'm going for, I'll do my brows a little bit different each time. Since this smoky eye is going to be kind of intense, I'm going to fill them in a little bit bolder than usual just to balance everything out. Just adding a little dimension to the brows with this darker eyebrow powder. I apply this with an angled brush and just drag the powder underneath my brows like I'm almost underlining them, and then flick the brush upward to blend it all together. Going back to that same concealer, I'm cleaning everything up and making them look a lot sharper and fixing any mistakes along the way, and then blending the concealer down with my ring finger. Concealing my eyelids to prime them for eyeshadow, and then setting them with an eyeshadow that's pretty much the same color as the concealer. Finishing off the brows with this brow gel from NYX, just to get all the hairs in check so it's not like, oh hi, hello, I fill in my brows. Popping on some of this Aquaphor lip repair just because my lips were a little dry. Then to save a little time, I went ahead and completely did one eye. So now I'll show you how I did it. First I'm going in the crease with this bronzer from Jane Cosmetics. I'm just sweeping this all through the crease, not being very careful. This is just going to be a transition color. Continuing in the crease with this middle shade from this Julep palette and really getting into the crease by blending it in as I hold my eyebrows up to stretch the canvas, if you will. I'm really concentrating this color in the inner socket area to help blend the lid color a little later. Then with this purpley brown shade from this Shany palette, I'm really blending that on the inner and outer third of my lid, making everything deeper. I'm really keeping everything low so that we don't end up with purple raccoon eyes. Just going back and blending everything as I add more eyeshadow. With this darker purple, I'm basically repeating the same motion as I did in the step before, concentrating that right on the lid area and then blending everything out again. The key to a smoky eye is layering a whole bunch of similar eyeshadow colors to really get that dimension going and that smokiness that we want. The star of the show is this L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in Smoldering Plum. And girl, you know I'll be hitting up that Target clearance, oh Kurt! Really packing this on a flat brush and making sure to really tap off the excess product so I don't get a lot of fallout under my eye. I'm packing this right on the lid and not going any higher, kind of holding my eye a little taut just to apply everything evenly. Getting some of that darker purple shade from before and using that just to really blend out that lid color. Then going back through my brushes and blending everything. I got a clean brush involved to make all these colors play nicely. Blending is your friend, people. Blend. I'm using this black shade to darken the outer V, and I'm going to put it in the area where I know I'm going to be putting my eyeliner in a minute, so when I do add the eyeliner, it'll all blend together. Then I'm going to tightline my eyes just with a black kohl eyeliner and make sure to swipe away any fallout that I did have from the eyeshadows. Putting that eyeliner all in my waterline, then blending out the lower lash line with that L'Oreal shadow I used on my lid, and then that second crease shade from the Julep palette. Second to last step for the eyes is the eyeliner. I'm using this Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner in Blackest Black and just going to drag this all along my lash line into a wing. I personally love gel eyeliner. There's something about it that it makes it look a lot softer than a liquid liner, and I think it's a little bit more forgiving if a liquid liner is kind of scary to you. Finishing off the eyes using these eyelashes in Grand Glamour. I love this House of Lashes glue because it dries really fast, so you're not waiting like 5 years for your glue to dry. So once everything is ready, I look down and use my tweezers to set the middle of the lash in the center of my eye, and then just let it chill there for a second. Then I pop down the outer corner first, and then the inner corner. I always do the inner corner last because that's where the lash tends to not stick on me, so I wait a little bit longer to make sure the glue is really tacky so it'll stick. Then I take my fingers and push against the lash to make sure it's all stuck against my eye, because sometimes you got the corner stuck, but there's part of the lash that's just completely off. Lastly, adding these 2 shades from the NYX contour palette on my brow bone. First the lighter powder, and then adding the whiter highlight to the highest part of my brow bone and the inner corner. Adding some mascara to my falsies, then adding a pretty hefty amount to my lower lashes to balance out these such dramatic lashes that I have on the top. Now time to finish off the face. I'm using this gray-brown shade to contour with. Since I'm kind of pale right now, I'll always use gray tone contour shades instead of warmer ones, or ones that are more orangey, because it looks more like a natural shadow rather than just a big orange blob on the side of my face. I'm contouring my nose a bit with a small brush, and then just making sure to really blend it with my beauty blender. Then going to bronze a little bit more with this Milani bronzer. I've had this thing for forever, and a big chunk of it broke when I was traveling one time, and so sad face, but I'm just going to warm my face up a bit. For blush, I'm using this nude blush from Makeup Revolution. This blush is uber pigmented for how much it is. I think it's like $5. Then also for Makeup Revolution, I'm using this kind of peachy shimmery eyeshadow for my highlight. I'm a firm believer in using eyeshadows for highlights too. It's a great way to save some money, and if it's a pretty good quality eyeshadow, it'll work just fine. Lining my lips with this NYX Nude Beige Lip Liner, and I'm going to overline them just a little bit, just to make them look a little bit fuller. Then adding this NYX Simply Nude Lip Cream in the color Exposed. I had just picked that up the day I filmed this, and I was really impressed. It's really like the texture of a balm, but the pigmentation was like a lipstick. Then I felt it needed to be a little bit more nude, so I added some Nude Attitude lipstick by Revlon. And there's the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!